This is a Ripple XRP price prediction and XRP technical analysis on hourly, daily timeframes as well as XRP news today. Over the next few minutes, we will talk about price prediction news. Now we present current hour trading system signals. Disclaimer: we do not provide investment advice. Trading System 1. Technical analysis and trading signals on the daily time frame. Technical analysis and trading signals on the daily time frame. Pivot point super trend system gave the sell signal. Candlestick patterns are bearish. ABC trading patterns are indicating bounce from support. Support and resistance level analysis show upholding support level. Overall on the daily chart, we stay out of the market. Trading System 1. Technical analysis and trading signals on the 1-hour time frame. Technical analysis and trading signals on the 1-hour time frame. On the hourly chart, we overall the buy signal. Pivot point super trend system gives buy signal. Candlestick patterns are bullish. ABC trading patterns are indicating consolidation. Support and resistance level analysis show higher highs. Overall on the hourly chart, we decided to stay out of the market. Subscribe to get more crypto news and technical analysis videos. Price trends for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP could be revealed today. The price of Bitcoin BTC is at danger of breaking down from an ascending parallel channel, while the price of Ethereum ETH is at risk of doing the same relative to its ascending support line. Because of the regain of the 35 cents horizontal level, the XRP price seems to be more positive. Bitcoin fails to break over the pattern's resistance line. Since November 21st, the Bitcoin price has been trading inside a rising parallel channel. The upward rise has been limited inside an ascending parallel channel, a bearish pattern. On December 1st, the channel's resistance line rejected the BTC price red icon. The nearest support level is $16,680, which is also the 0.382 Fib retracement support level in the channel support line. A breakout from the rising parallel channel, on the other hand, would render the Bitcoin price prediction useless. Since November 22nd, the Ethereum price has risen in tandem with a rising support line. While doing so, the $1,305 resistance level rejected the ETH price 3 times. A break over the $1,305 resistance level will almost certainly spark an upward surge towards $1,450, the 0.618 Fib retracement resistance level. Despite its low price, it has a market valuation of $19 billion due to its circulating supply of 50.26 billion XRP. Since June 14th, the XRP price has risen in tandem with a rising support line. It has been validated as support throughout the last 24 hours. If the XRP price is successful, it is projected to rise towards the falling resistance line at 43 cents. If this does not happen, the XRP price may fall to the rising support line at 35 cents. XRP is eyeing a breakthrough as a lawyer makes a forecast in the Ripple dispute with the SEC. A cryptocurrency lawyer anticipates a broad decision in the Ripple lawsuit with the SEC. XRP has encountered resistance at 40 cents. The cryptocurrency is optimistic, but a breakthrough is required for additional increases. Ripple XRP USD has been trading in a tight range despite short-term positive momentum. As a result, the cryptocurrency has encountered resistance at 40 cents, a level it has maintained for a few days. As you may be aware, Ripple's dispute with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has reached a critical juncture. Lawyers anticipate the issue to be concluded shortly, according to Cohen Journal. If the forecast is correct, the lawsuit might be resolved early, as previously suggested. Meanwhile, the most recent Coinbase cryptocurrency news has sparked additional conjecture. Coinbase has announced that it would begin removing various crypto assets, including XRP, from its wallet in January. The development has fueled speculation in the cryptocurrency industry that the lawsuit with the SEC would be postponed or that Ripple will be defeated. However, the trend for XRP remains positive near the major barrier level. Should you invest in XRP? The majority of the predictions around Ripple SEC lawsuit are speculative. However, it is true that the case is taking a significant turn that will be followed in December. Bulls should keep an eye on the 40 cents level, as a breakthrough might occur if good events emerge. Purchase XRP with eToro now. Bitstamp is a famous cryptocurrency exchange that allows you to trade in fiat cash or popular cryptocurrencies. Buy XRP now with Bitstamp. The post-XRP sees a breakout as a lawyer predicts a settlement in the Ripple dispute with the SEC appeared first on CoinJournal. For U.S. officials, the coin's presence has been quite a conundrum, fueling a tough constraint for the coin's development so far. The cryptocurrency is now trading at 39 cents, a decrease of 89.88% from its all-time high of $3.84. The graph below summarizes the XRP coin's trend over the last 12 months. As seen here, XRP fell precipitously from a high of almost $1 early in the year to a low of 2,906 cents. This reasoning was based on the possibility that the ongoing litigation between Ripple and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) would be resolved in Ripple's favor. If the pending securities action is resolved in Ripple's favor, XRP will likely see an improvement in how investors see the digital asset. While Ripple claims the coins are a payment token, the regulator thinks they were marketed to investors as an unregistered investment. A precedent is unavoidable here, and if in Ripple's favor, it will serve as a good reference for the whole industry. The digital currency ecosystem will see several spectacular but difficult to decipher phenomena in the next year. XRP has a strong market position and a close-knit ecosystem, which has enabled the currency remain robust in the face of several adversity. To summarize, XRP has the fundamentals to chart a positive course in 2023, and traders will be wise to manage their expectations appropriately. Keep an eye out for the upcoming Coin Speaker Advent Calendar episode. Coin Speaker Advent Calendar, XRP price predictions for 2023. Why is the 35 cents area critical for the XRP trend in the next week? The price of XRP is now trading inside a short-term bullish pattern and a long-term horizontal support region. However, the trend's direction must be confirmed. Since June 18th, the XRP price has risen above an ascending support line. The XRP coin price is now trading inside a horizontal support range, with an average price of $3.35. It has fallen inside the support zone during the last 24 hours. If the XRP price falls below 35 cents on a daily basis, it will be deemed bearish. This would imply that the bear market is still active. It reveals that XRP has been trading within an ascending triangle and has been following an ascending support line since November 14th. Bitcoin and Ethereum are at odds. While XRP whales accumulate despite short-term positive momentum, Bitcoin BTC, Ethereum ETH, and XRP prices all failed to advance over their next significant resistance levels. Bitcoin has been in a greater downturn, while Ethereum and XRP prices have struggled to acquire positive momentum. However, short-term positive price movement propelled BTC to $17,094 at the time of publication. On a daily basis, ETH gained just 1%, while XRP fell by 0.57%. Bitcoin's price may suffer more declines. BTC on-chain short-term players continuing to sell at a loss, with a short-term spent output profit ratio SOPR of less than 1. This indicated a lack of confidence among dealers, making the $18,000 mark a formidable barrier for the BTC price. According to a crypto quant researcher, the average cost of admission for short-term players would be about $18,000. As a result, short-term SOPR is a more accurate indication of the present market trend. NVT Bitcoin Golden Cross Vertical Bar Crypto Quant is the source. When the NVT Golden Cross passes over the 2.20 threshold, it flashes a danger signal. It is now at 2.44, and it has the potential to rise to 2.77 last value, resulting in some short-term price reductions. Ethereum continues to lose value. At the time of writing, the Ethereum price has risen just 0.40% on a daily basis, with ETH trading at $1,269.05. Daily on-chain exchange flow indicated that net flows for ETH were negative, with about $6.7 million in withdrawals on December 1st. Nonetheless, the futures market data showed some short-term bullishness for ETH, with open interest increasing by 5.44% to $4.80 billion at press time. According to Coinalysis statistics, ETH financing rates were likewise favorable at plus 0.0099%. OKEx provided some positive figures, with short liquidation reaching a one-month high, which might assist in some short-term bullish momentum for ETH. However, the Bitcoin price decline may prolong losses for ETH and the rest of the market. The XRP whales are on the move at the time of writing. The price of XRP was 3,971 cents, down 0.99% on the daily chart, but up more than 2% on the weekly. Notably, the biggest XRP whale cohort, consisting of 10 million to infinity coins, contributed nearly 1 billion coins in the previous day. XRP supply distribution by address balance vertical bars and base is the source. While whales adopting XRP may drive prices up, the XRP price still has a long way to go due to the continuing regulatory struggle. The post-Bitcoin and Ethereum fail, while XRP whales en masse appeared first on being crypto. In November, XRP outperforms BTC. Here are the levels to watch. Ripple price analysis. In November, XRP outperforms BTC. Here are the levels to watch. Ripple price analysis. Anonymous WED, November 30th, 2020 to 1628. Ripple leads a $72 million investment round in crypto market creator Keyrock. Ripple, the cryptocurrency payments startup, has led a $72 million Series B fundraising round into digital asset market provider Keyrock. For the last 3 years, Ripple has also been an important customer for the company. 6 fintech ventures and middle game ventures also invested in the round, which completed in mid-September. Keyrock CEO Kevin Patul refused to divulge the number but told The Block in an interview it was a huge increase in value. The company had previously secured 4.3 million euros in Series A investment in October 2020. Market makers, such as Keyrock, provide buy and sell prices for assets to platforms such as exchanges. Along with a focus on options and expanding over-the-counter activities, the business intends to utilize the investment to expand its market making as a service offering. Keyrock, like its rivals, invests in businesses and funds. It just invested $150 million in led Block Partners' new fund, creating a market nonetheless. Keyrock's rise comes at a difficult moment for its competition. Both GSR and Wintermute were recently investigated for probable FTX exposure, although both indicated their exposure was tolerable. With the demise of trading business Alameda Research, which was closely associated with FTX, there is now discussion of Alameda Gap, which is drying up liquidity in the crypto market. Keyrock is not immune to the FTX consequences. For example, the company's customer is the FTX-acquired Liquid. 5 days after banning withdrawals, the Japanese exchange ceased trading on its platform on November 20th. Patul is mostly upbeat about the heightened market jitters, claiming that the firm hasn't seen any downtime since FTX's demise. Meanwhile, it is also hard at work on growth plans. The money will allow the Brussels-based firm, which already has an office in London, to expand to Switzerland and Singapore next year. Mid-stage transactions, such as the one funded by Keyrock, are becoming more unusual in today's market. According to The Block Research, mid-stage transactions plunged 63% from 30 in the second quarter to only 11 in the third. Putin disconnects the crypto settlement system. Russian President Vladimir Putin underlined the need of establishing a new, independent international settlement mechanism. Putin proposed developing a system based on digital money and blockchain technology to be free of banks and third-party intervention. Being Crypto previously revealed that Russia has been working with Cuba to build technologies for such an international settlement mechanism. According to reports, enterprises in Russia are already using a blockchain-based system for international payments. Congressmen criticize Shimon Gensler. Meanwhile, cryptocurrency advancements are taking place in the United States. U.S. Congressman Tom Emmer, for example, chastised SEC head Gary Gensler for his inept approach to regulating the Bitcoin business. Emmer said that the demise and aftermath of Celsius, Voyager, Terra Luna, and now FTX happened under his watch. Cefi, at Gary Gensler, and Sam Bankman-Fried are all failures. This is most likely a reference to the SEC's current lawsuit against Ripple and its XRP coin. When Armstrong tweeted that he may show up to O'Leary's residence, the investor replied, "Get a life." Armstrong then continued to brand O'Leary a murderer, which he allegedly hushed up, much like his participation in the FTX incident. The reality is that Kevin O'Leary is a killer, but he concealed it. I think FTX investors should sue Kevin in a class action lawsuit for his role in the FTX cover-up and Celsius sabotage. For example, Coinbase announced in January that its wallet function will no longer handle Ripple's XRP coin. Due to limited use, Coinbase Wallet will no longer support Bitcoin Cash BCH, Ethereum Classic and Stellar XLM. NFT sales this week. With the second week of the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar completed, NFT sales have dipped somewhat. Overall sales have decreased from $14.9 million on November 26, but the number of sales has increased to 19,000 on November 28. And surprisingly, the Bored Ape Yacht Club Collection BAYC remained at the top of the lists, with a $29 million increase from the previous week. Solana, which was intimately affiliated with Sam Bankman-Fried, has continued to fall following the bankruptcy of FTX last month. Figures for cryptocurrency social mentions courtesy of Lunar Crush Crypto News on YouTube. Finally, our senior crypto analyst Valdrin Harry predicts the price of Dogecoin Doge, which has seen its value fall this week. This week in crypto news, Putin promotes blockchain, Congressman attacks Gensler, and Coinbase wallet drops. XRP appeared first on Being Crypto. The price of XRP is under intense selling pressure. Ripple has constantly been in the headlines, propelling XRP price movement in either direction, depending on the circumstances. Ripple made news once again after Coinbase Wallet announced that it will no longer offer XRP and 3 other coins after December 5th. The XRP price increased by 2.04% to 3,965 cents on November 30th, untouched by the Coinbase delisting announcement. Despite the short-term price increase, XRP was still under significant sell-side pressure, which may cause prices to fluctuate in any way. XRP prices at a crossroads. The current resurgence of the global crypto market has rekindled profits for numerous cryptos. Despite the delisting announcement, XRP, the 7th largest cryptocurrency by market size, gained about 2% in the previous 24 hours. XRP trading volumes continuing to fall, with a 2% reduction in the past 24 hours. With weighted sentiment being negative, the currency lacked both significant demand and favorable social feeling. According to the aforementioned data, XRP investors seem to be steadily gaining confidence. However, this does not imply that the currency will continue to rise, since investors may be tempted to grab gains. Coins being moved by Ripple whales. The market for Ripple whales has taken an unusual turn. On November 29th, 280,684,171 XRP worth more than $110 million was moved from an unknown wallet to an unknown wallet, according to Whale Alert data. Unknown wallet sent 280,684,171, 110,017,409 USD to unknown wallet. More recent warnings revealed that an unknown wallet sent 25 million Ripple valued over $10 million to Bitstamp. Since November 6, the cohort has liquidated almost $1 billion in XRP. If this cohort's tendency reverse, it might result in a substantial price increase. Short-term sell-side pressure, on the other hand, has the potential to push prices back to the dollar. Being crypto aims to give accurate and up-to-date information, but cannot be held liable for any missing details or faulty information. Coinbase has stated that XRP will be removed from the Coinbase wallet. Is it because of the continuing XRP versus SEC conflict? Coinbase said today that it will no longer accept the assets and networks of Ripple XRP, Bitcoin Cash BCH, Ethereum Classic etc., and Stellar XLM. Due to limited use, the aforementioned blockchain networks and currencies will no longer be maintained beginning in January 2023. Previously, in January 2021, Coinbase suspended XRP trading on the Coinbase exchange. As a result, XRP is no longer available on Coinbase, although XLM, BCH, and may be exchanged there. However, there seems to be no effect on the token's price. The community feels that XRP will be in demand whether Coinbase is there or not. Coinbase has backed Ripple in its fight against the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC. However, XRP is no longer supported by Coinbase. Both the exchange and the wallet no longer accept it. Because of the delisting from Coinbase, the crypto community is skeptical that the XRP versus SEC issue will be resolved anytime soon. While some feel Coinbase conduct has nothing to do with the state of the XRP versus SEC lawsuit, others remain doubtful of the XRP triumph. Coinbase, America's most popular cryptocurrency exchange, will discontinue offering XRP as of next week. Coinbase Wallet, according to the exchange's official website. 3 unusual indicators to predict Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP market bottom. In July, the weekly RSI for Bitcoin BTC, Ethereum ETH, and XRP plummeted to a new all-time low. It has now rebounded, generating bullish divergence in the case of BTC and XRP, and breaking out from a resistance line in the case of ETH. Bitcoin price prediction. The most significant RSI divergence in history since hitting an all-time high of $68,944 in November 2021. The Bitcoin price has dropped. When compared to prior bear markets, it would seem that the price of Bitcoin is nearing its bottom. The weekly RSI, which plummeted to a new all-time low in June 2022, is another intriguing reading. However, if the weekly RSI does not begin to rise, the next support level would be at $14,000. As a result, the next few weeks' movement will be critical in establishing the long-term Bitcoin price. The weekly chart technical analysis reveals that the price of Ethereum has decreased after hitting an all-time high of $4,868 in November 2021. The difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum in terms of the RSI is that there is no bullish divergence in the latter's instance. The RSI, on the other hand, has broken through its declining resistance line green line. As a result, a break over $1,350 would suggest that the ETH price forecast is optimistic. A weekly closing below the channel's resistance line, on the other hand, indicates that the Ethereum price forecast is bearish. TradingView is the source. Price prediction for XRP. Rally could follow a breakout since April 2021. The XRP price has slipped below a declining resistance line. This also resulted in bullish divergence on the RSI green line. As a result, the RSI movement for the XRP price is more similar to that of Bitcoin than to that of Ethereum. However, the price trend resembles that of ETH. A breach below the 30-cent horizontal support level would validate the bearish XRP price prognosis. A XRP price breach from the descending resistance line, on the other hand, would make the future price projection optimistic. The resistance line is now priced at 43 cents on average. Trading System 2. Trading Strategy Signals. Thank you very much for watching until now. Here are the results of our another trading strategy. Trading System 2. Technical Analysis and Trading Signals on the Daily Timeframe. Trading System 2. Technical Analysis and Trading Signals on the Daily Timeframe. Trading System Generated Sell Signal. Multi-time frame stochastic indicator gave sell signal. Prices below multi-time frame moving averages. MACD indicators generated strong sell signal. Trading System 2. Technical Analysis and Trading Signals on the 1-hour time frame. Trading System 2. Technical Analysis and Trading Signals on the 1-hour time frame. The hourly chart gives us a buy signal. Trading system generated by signal and long entry. Multi-time frame stochastic indicator is almost oversold. Prices below both multi-time frame moving averages. MACD indicator generated by signal. Write down below in the comments what is your strategy for the next few days. Click the card on the either left or right to get to more XRP Ripple price prediction analysis and XRP Ripple technical analysis. Also, we present analysis on Terra Luna LUNC, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin news today. We cover tickers, XRP, BTC, Cardano, ETH technical analysis, and Shiba Inu coin. Check our playlists for the free technical analysis trading course.